What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video where we will of course preview the Wolves-Liverpool game. It's kicking off in a few hours. Let me know your prediction in the comments below, but this video is mainly about what is happening behind the scenes at Liverpool, which resulted in the crisis that Liverpool are in this season. We are out of the League Cup, the FA Cup, we are facing Real Madrid in the Champions League, and we are also 9th in the Premier League. And Liverpool have had the right people in the right positions for the last few years, which resulted in success on the pitch. But now more and more people are leaving Liverpool. We will look at the exact reasons of why some crucial people are leaving Liverpool or already left Liverpool in crucial positions and what could follow. But of course, Liverpool, when Jurgen Klopp was in his third year at Liverpool, they haven't been successful yet, but Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp had an unwavering belief that if you do the right things off the pitch, then success will follow on it. And alongside Manchester City, Liverpool redesigned what it would be required to become champions. Almost perfect seasons followed by Liverpool and Man City getting close to 100 points. Man City got to 100 points, Liverpool got to 99 points when they won the Premier League. But even in 2 seasons when Liverpool got 93 and 95 points, Liverpool were close to perfection. And if it wasn't for Pep Guardiola's Man City, Liverpool would have been 3 times Premier League champions, and that's the points totals is an absolutely incredible thing for Liverpool to have achieved, and that is also because down to the people who were in the right place in charge of transfers, recruitment, data analysis, scouting, and of course the tactical side of things as well. If you want to analyze what is going wrong at Liverpool, you have to start at the top, because Liverpool had this Jurgen Klopp, Michael Edwards, Mike Gordon trinity that worked superbly in a professional and also personal capacity. Melissa Reddy has a fantastic article on Sky Sports which details that these 3 guys were all vastly different characters, but they could all work so well together and complement each other brilliantly. And Michael Edwards and Mike Gordon are no longer in charge at Liverpool. Mike Gordon stepped back and Michael Edwards already left the club. Jurgen Klopp and Edwards would casually discuss prospective players, potential new staff, football infrastructure improvements and other significant matters over breakfast or lunch in the canteen. Before working through a more detailed analysis, they would present their vision to Gordon, provided the finances and whatever other support was necessary. And in November 2021, that's when it all started to go wrong, because Michael Edwards announced that he would step down from his position at the end of his contract in June 2022, so last summer. And of course Mike Gordon stopped taking care of Liverpool's day-to-day business to step back and work on the sale of the football club But the disruption is even deeper, because when the news of Edwards' exit was announced, Liverpool flagged continuity and a well-managed transition period, and in appointing Julian Ward as successful. So Julian Ward was appointed last summer and he made some brilliant transfer moves straight away, like Darwin Núñez. But in November, so just a few months after being appointed as chief transfer negotiator, he announced that he's leaving Liverpool at the end of this season, which is this summer that is coming on. Ian Graham, the director of research, widely regarded as the best in the field, he's also leaving Liverpool. It has been said the pair no longer feel empowered to do their jobs to the best of their ability. And you also have to question, when you read an article like this, who is briefing Melissa Reddy about this? Is he a disgruntled employee of Liverpool? Is he a disgruntled or disappointed co-worker that has been working alongside Ian Graham and Michael Edwards and Julian Ward? Or is it somebody who is close to one of the employees at Liverpool? And just before the season began, club doctor Jim Moxon departed without explanation, and there has been growing friction within the medical department between the physiotherapists and sports scientists at Liverpool. And you can see the result. Liverpool had unprecedented amount of injuries during the season. In 2020, Phil Jacobson vacated his post or Jakobsen, not sure how to pronounce his name, as head of performance, it was his duty to align the department and create a singular way of working, but he found it near impossible. There is large sentiment at the Liverpool training complex that Andreas Kornmeier, the head of fitness and conditioning and one of Jurgen Klopp's most trusted figures, wields too much influence and he's hard to work with. And we already discussed this in a previous video. And of course he commands huge respect among the players, just to have a counter argument to this. And he also has achieved unprecedented success at Liverpool in terms of the points totals. Liverpool achieved 3 of their best seasons in the history of the club. So he has been able to exert the maximum out of the current Liverpool players. But the turnover in the medical department is very high, and that can't be a good thing. The lack of stability is very disrupting, and it's also an issue, I think, that manifests itself into problems on the pitch as well. And Liverpool also lost some other staff, like Harrison Kingston, who left to become Director of Performance Analysis and Framework for the Moroccan Football Federation, and Mark Leyland, who is currently first team coach analyst at Newcastle. So there has been a steady brain drain, categorizing Liverpool not just as a team in transition, but a club in transition as well. And Melissa Reddy is quoting a Liverpool employee, so that is her source, and I wonder who it could be. And the quote is, "There is a lot of focus on not refreshing the playing squad enough," which is correct, but it is true behind the scenes as well. A lot of key people have left. Some have gained too much power, like Andreas Kornmeier. There is less faith in the decisions made at Liverpool now. Is there still trust in the process? That's the hypothetical question. In the Jurgen Klopp era, Liverpool have preached the maximum that what you see on the pitch is a product of what goes on off the pitch as well. Does an erosion of playing identity therefore also point to a break-in process or betrayal of it altogether? And when everything worked perfectly together at Liverpool with the data intelligence and the decision making was optimal, Liverpool were the best or the second best team in Europe. They brought a very specific kind of players, factoring in the players' age, scalable output, availability, and also the potential to carry out the demands of Jurgen Klopp's style physically and mentally as well. And selling players was also very, very good. They sold players for a lot of money who are not even decent players at mid-table Premier League clubs nowadays. Forward planning was at such an advanced level that, for example, they mapped out that Trent Alexander-Arnold should be a right back because that's his best path to the Liverpool first team. He was a midfielder in the youth teams at Liverpool, but they saw his attributes and they mapped out training plan for him to basically convert him into a right back, and that's where Liverpool were very short. I think we had Nathan Clyne as our first choice right back, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, since he started at right back for Liverpool, he made that position his own, and it has been a fantastic transition for him. And the methodology worked so well that it was copied across the whole of Europe. But then it stopped or slumped or switched depending on who you listen to at Liverpool. The current circumstances are predicted by a crucial period between 2019 and 2021, before Liverpool lifted the Champions League in Madrid after registering 97 points to finish second behind Man City. They prioritized a policy of retention to keep their spine intact. Salah, Mane, Henderson, Joe Gomez had signed contract extensions. In 2018, Robertson, Trent, Divock Origi, Joao Matip, James Milner would follow in 2019. The strategy made sense at the time, as the core of the team were at the perfect stage of their careers. They were not stretched or spent, and more importantly, there was the tactic to gradually refresh while keeping reserves for a certified game changer. But fast forward to June 2021, Liverpool were still underscoring the retention is king line. So they still thought we have to keep all of our key players, and they haven't been really refreshing, especially the midfield. Thiago came in, but apart from Thiago, no midfielder was signed in 4 years, and that's a lot of time, especially when all of your midfielders are either aging players or injury players, prone players, or almost like teenagers or 20, 21-year-old players. And Liverpool were already in a position where they had the spine of Liverpool had 2 more years of relentless football at the highest intensity possible in their legs and in their minds. The good footballing age of like 26 to 30 was slowly being bypassed, and Liverpool did not want to overcommit with regards to contract length and substantial increase in pay to older members, so Gini Wijnaldum was allowed to on a free transfer. That's not a problem. Not replacing Gini Wijnaldum with a similar high-intensity, durable midfielder who is maybe 5 years younger than Wijnaldum was at the time, who was 30 years old. That was the problem. Liverpool pointed the finger at the COVID period, that Liverpool were financially crippled, but I don't buy that, because other clubs have refreshed their playing squad already, COVID or not, in the past 2 years. Liverpool need a huge midfield overhaul, intense surgery, as Melissa already calls it, and silly money is paid for really good but not world-class midfielders yet. Enzo Fernandez went for 120 million to Chelsea. Milner, Keita, Ox, out of contract. Fabinho and Henderson are remarkably bad. They are so off form, it's ridiculous. And to this, Liverpool's answer was what? Getting Arthur Melo on loan. How Liverpool thought Arthur Melo on loan was enough to aid and help the midfield is absolutely ridiculous, and it's an absolute joke. Multiple sources at Liverpool also credited signing Cody Gakpo and Darwin Núñez as signings led by the coaching staff. So Pep Linders and Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp's other assistant managers were the main architects of signing Gakpo and Núñez, and not necessarily the transfer committee or whatever you want to call the people who are in charge of selecting players to sign for Liverpool. And over the past year, Liverpool spent £180 million on their attack. And that's an expensive dynamic shift, but also a shift that people question why Salah is now isolated in wide areas, and it has resulted in Salah massively reduced numbers, not just in terms of goals, but in terms of shots on target. I mean, after 19 Premier League games per 90 minutes, Liverpool have 1.8 goals scored compared to 2.6 after last season. Also, shots on target went from 6.7 to 5.9, shots went from 19.4 to 16.5, so that has been a steady decline in Liverpool's attacking output, attacking numbers. The system no longer allows Salah to be as effective and as central as he used to be last season and the season before. And even though Salah is now Liverpool's top scorer, we really should be making Salah being able to get closer to the goal, and that way he would score a lot more goals, I think. And the Liverpool team that went this close to being immortal, the quadruple, something that has never been done before, is unbelievable and unrecognizable, that team, to this team that Liverpool have right now. Liverpool's defense already conceded 25 goals in the Premier League, more than the entirety of the 2018-19 season, and just 1 goal shy of the entire last season's total. Liverpool already conceded almost as many goals as the entirety of last season. In half a season, that's ridiculously bad. Liverpool's revenues are strong, and they finished above Man United in the Football Money League for the first time in the 26-year history of the publication. But Liverpool haven't reinvested that money in the midfield area, and I think that's the biggest problem. This season will bring a lot of pain, and there needs to be a clever, comprehensive investment. But Liverpool have to return to who and what they were, an example to the European football world on and off the pitch. Otherwise, Liverpool will keep declining. And I wonder if FSG just checked out and they aren't really recruiting the right kind of people, because they don't care anymore. They know they will sell the club probably. That's I think one of the main reasons. Otherwise, if Liverpool are not sold and if FSG keep being the owners, in 3 seasons we might look back at this season and say it was a better season than the season that follows or the season that follows that. But I hope that's not the case. Let me know what they think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.